when I proposed the idea of doing a fashion show with the entries, using those top patterns from 5 years, Janet, the organizer of the show, she really liked the idea. And so I put the word out on Pattern Review that whoever wants to send in their entries will have prizes. I requested Kenneth King, Patty Palmer, and Sandra Bettina if they'd like to
Was
be our
it
judges.
something that they just kind of volunteered to be the judges for the show? Like,
Well, we asked them and they agreed. They agreed to do it because they all know about Pattern Review, and I've met with them personally, and they, you know, when people talk about these teachers who've been teaching for a long time, they're so intimidated by them.
They're almost celebrities to people who sew.
Absolutely.
And when you meet them face to face, they're very approachable.
They're very approachable because, you know, for them it's hard to connect with people like us who just really were hungry for more sewing knowledge, and for them to be able to do this was actually quite cool. They're like, okay, we're able to connect with real sewers, and we don't have to be teachers right now.
And that's the thing; they aren't really celebrities. They're teachers. They started as teachers. They connect with the students. Like that's what they're about. And they're the pinnacle of teaching in the community. So we see them as celebrities, but they see themselves as teachers.
Absolutely, they see themselves as sewers. Really, actually, not even teachers to a big extent, because they love to sew and they want to just pass on that knowledge. They don't want sewing to die. So it's just been this whole thing. I know has been a lot of work, but in some way or the other, I feel that it just came together automatically. I mean, I didn't have to do much. One piece after the other just fell into place, and that was before the show. So we got the approval from the judges. We set the time. We got the entries. And we selected top 30, which was really hard for me to do, Brian, because...
Did you have to do that all by yourself?
I did.
And so you just...
People sent in really nice...
How many entries did you get?
I think I must have gotten about 50 to 55 entries.
Okay, so you kind of had to divide that. I hope that people get a kick out of seeing their garment on a model.
You know, absolutely. Today, actually, a lot of people stopped by the booth, and they talked about the fashion show. And one lady actually took the dress, it was a Simplicity dress with the head pollution here. Mm-hmm. She said 30 of her members, she has a sewing group here, 30 of them have made the same dress.
Oh wow, so that's why they were the top patterns.
They are the top patterns.
They were popular.
They're popular. So it was mind-blowing. I had so much fun, and I would do things a little differently next time, but I do know that this was worth every single minute.
You've had your booth, and you've had people coming by, and you've had new people that have never heard of Pattern Review, and you've had people that have been on but maybe never wrote a review. Mm-hmm. So you've had a real, you know, because I've been working in the booth, I've seen a lot of all kinds of different people coming by, and I feel like the excitement is really, you know, you're not really, you know, in your booth you aren't really selling things like a lot of other people.
And that was my point, and I said that on the stage that I've been doing Pattern Review for 8 years now, and it seems like, okay, what was I doing up until now? Why now? Why not?
Why is this your first? Yeah, why is this your first expo?
Time? It's because I don't have a product to sell per se. You know, I feel always in expos people are looking to buy stuff. Okay, I'm giving you many.
Experience.
It's more
take something away or demo something.
Demo something or do a class, and I often wondered what it would be like.
With the booth, it's really about the interaction, which is what Pattern Review is really about, is the community interaction.
I was so pleased with the turnout, and a lot of them actually came up to me and said that they didn't know about the American Sewing Expo. Peter, for instance, said that...
Yeah, we found out about from
the
PR site.
Yeah, so it's good for the organizers too. And personally for me, it's the thrill of meeting people and talking about sewing. And I did meet a lot of Pattern Review members who stopped by and told me what a great thing Pattern Review is, what a great site it is. A lot of them said that they will make an effort to write a review, share more.
Yeah, just be a little bit more active on the site.
A little bit more active, but they just know that a lot of the people who were Pattern Review members, and at least the ones who were working in the booth, Rochelle, Diane, Yumi, and who else was there? Karine, Lynn. Mm-hmm. were all so well dressed.
Yes, and pretty much everyone was wearing everything they made.
Yes, every
Everything.
single day, people
Yes.
wearing things they made, and
Yeah, that was great.
that was great, wasn't it?
Except you did wear that pair of pants that one day.
I mean, I did.
You did make the top.
I did make the top, and I hemmed the pants.
Oh, there you
because
go.
my one leg shorter than the other story.
I don't know that story.
Okay,
you don't have to tell it right now.
I don't know. I'm bored to death. But point is, I had fun. I had fun, and it was because you guys were there.
So I have two questions, and I won't ask them both at the same time. But when's your next expo? Is this something you plan on do you want to keep doing this?
I want to do it. I do know that there are going to be more pattern review booths
In the future.
In the future.
You're not sure when.
I'm not sure when.
It's hard to say right now.
Okay,
when you've been here for 3 days.
I think I'm going to go back to Boston. I'm going to crash for a week.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Me too.
Because it takes a big toll. It's tiring, and
It
because
is.
we're talking every single day so much, aren't we?
You're talking a lot, and you're really having it's a real intense interaction you're having
Thanks
with
for
people.
that caffeine pill, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
you're welcome.
You have more of those?
I do. They're in my pocket. But it is a really intense interaction. You're really, you only have people are walking by, and you only have certainly some people want to stay for a long time and chat, which is great. But some people, you've got a few seconds. How do you really give them the message in a few seconds and give them the bookmark and say do it when you get home, go on the site and try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. We had several people sign up. We had the computer in the booth.
That was great.
So several people were able to see what pattern review is like. Just it's kind of hard to tell people about pattern review, just like you said, in a few seconds, because what do you focus on most? Do you focus on contests? Do you focus on just patterns?
Do you focus on the message boards? Is it about the reviews, notions? Is it about the classes?
Yeah.
I think it was, to me, something that really made it easy for people. When people came up, they're like, we've got this great thing, it's like this, this, and this. And you can sign up for a free membership and get access to almost the entire site for free.
Okay, yes. I think people are confused.
Like that.
People think that you have to pay to be a member.
And you don't.
You don't.
You can pretty much do almost everything on the site for free.
For free, and
which is great to be a paying member too, and to support the site, which you get.
You get discounts. You get access to features. You see less ads. So yeah, there's and Brian. I really do love my friends who are peer members because they keep the site going. They support the site. They've been on the site for a long time. So. But
you want to make it accessible to everybody.
Yes,
and if you just want to try it out, there's no risk to try it out and sign up.
Absolutely. Hey, free doesn't hurt, does it?
Free doesn't hurt. As soon as people heard free, they're like, oh, I will check this out for sure. Because like you said, you didn't have anything to sell. People were expecting that you were selling a service, and it sounded so great. They're like, well, what does this cost me?
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost anything.
And another thing, having Kenneth King in the booth worked great too.
That was great.
Because you know what it is? Several of them asked me, how did you get Kenneth to be in the booth? I said, well, I don't know. I've known him for so long.
He just showed up.
No, because I did ask him to be at the booth because we're doing that book, the pattern review book, next year. And
is he involved in that?
He's involved in that.
That's
he
great.
has this whole big chapter on sewing lame shirt.
Oh, cool.
So he teaches online classes. So I asked him, hey, would you like to be at the booth? Maybe people want to talk to you. You can talk about your classes. He's like, yeah, sure. He didn't even hesitate for a second. He's like, I love this show anyway. Use me. I'll be there. So
absolutely.
People were able to talk to him one-on-one. And I can't tell you how many people stopped by later to tell me how great that was.
People really liked it. People really, I don't know, how easy that is, but if you can get people, Patty Palmer or Sandra Betsina to stop by and be a presence, I don't know how easy that is because they have their own booths and they have classes and there's a lot of things going on. But having that approachability is good for everybody. They realize that these are just regular people who just,
who
just love sewing just like everybody else. So my next question is, because this is about pattern review, in the expo and everything else. Tell me about what kind of things you'd like to see in pattern review for the future. Like we know you've been doing it for 8 years, and it's grown grown slowly, so it's kind of developed itself.
Organically more.
Very organically, and you can see that when you're at the site. There's a lot of stuff going on.